All right, what's happening, guys? Welcome back to the Commission Project, where we are talking about politics, getting educated on politics, and more specifically, the federal government. Before we continue, we have to my far left.
It's Wendy. What's good, guys?
There you go. And guys, of course, we have none other than Andrew Guy. He's been with us for quite a while now. Welcome again, Andrew Guy. All right. Before we go to the next point, I think our first episode we spoke about the qualifications for guys that were doing like local elections, and I think it was more liberal or like more free in that particular space. You didn't have to be like qualified per se, but you obviously have to be literate. The basics, 1 + 1 is 2, and that sort of stuff. But now, so at the federal government level, I'm guessing you've got to be qualified. And what is that qualification? What does that look like?
Again, I don't think there's a particular qualification level required.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I think just being able to have, and I'm not sure how many people in Parliament have tertiary qualification or how qualified they are. But I think that the thing is, again, people come from diverse background in life, so I think there are pediatricians there are medical doctors there, there are engineers there are people from, I'm sure former farmers. So as long as someone has what it takes to be at that national level of leadership.
Okay.
And that may not mean having a degree. That may not mean having a certain, qualification. But do people have what it takes?
Like the leadership qualities, I'm guessing.
Leadership qualities to represent the community, to represent the nation. But I must say, a lot of people you would find would have got a lot of tertiary qualification, education. And again, I think I've mentioned this in one of the previous episodes as well. It's really important that if you're thinking of leadership, it's very important that you think about equipping yourself.
Okay, that makes sense.
And being equipped come from life experiences, work experiences, but also education as well. But again, there's no sort of the certain level that you have to study up to in order to run for Parliament.
Like there's no set criteria, and you got to have degree such and such. It's going to be obviously a person with common sense. But then I like how you say, like, you got to empower yourself.
Equip yourself.
You know what I mean?
Equip yourself. But again, this is the other thing with it. It's really up to the people in your community. It's not up to anyone. Okay, there's been, I think that there's the youngest person elected to Parliament. I don't know how old, but maybe in the early 20s. Wow. I'm sure at that time they didn't finish university.
Of course, yeah.
But as long as the community, the electorate, are convinced that this is the person we're going to send to state or federal, it's up to them to vote that person in.
Okay.
We have former rugby players there as well in the Parliament. People from diverse background, in life.
That's true.
That's good.
That's true.
Yeah, and think about the former Prime Minister of Pakistan, Imran Khan.
Oh yeah, he was a
well-known cricketer.
He was a cricketer,
So it's really, definitely. I think it's more about leadership qualities. More than, again, you need education, but I don't think there's a particular benchmark that you have to reach.
That is good. I didn't know this, guys, and I hope you're paying attention. So you can legit give some kind of put your interest in, but obviously for your own sake. And I would imagine, like, for embarrassment purposes, to prevent embarrassment when you act like, you're sitting with these other world leaders and you trying to work out what's 1 + 1 type of thing. So get educated, be empowered, but the door is open for basically anybody.
And I think really important that you reiterated that point of being of education. These people, they read a lot.
I would imagine.
You get these, I don't know how many pages some of the bills are, and you've got to go through it, especially if you're a minister. Because people will be asking you questions, and you've got to make sure you have enough of the bills so that you can answer them the question. They do a lot of reading. They do a lot of research. So you need to have that, at the bare minimum, certain level of education to be able to get your head around a lot of it.
Yeah, I've seen a few interviews on the news, like with the whole petrol thing, and some of them couldn't answer on time, and the journalists got no mercy.
Yeah, oh no.
Yeah, they got no mercy.
Got no mercy.
Oh my
People
God.
are making big deal of things like what's the the price of the bread in the supermarket. And if you haven't been to the supermarket,
I mean, who, as a prime minister or a president, who's gone to the supermarket, like to buy a loaf of bread or milk?
But some teenagers got no clue, babe. Like,
No, that's true.
yeah,
That's
some
what I'm
teenagers got
saying,
no
like,
clue.
So I don't know why we expect. I mean, in all honesty, I probably have a rough idea, but I wouldn't know how much a loaf of bread really costs.
I can take a guess.
Yeah, I'd have a rough idea.
How much is bread?
I don't know.
$3.
What kind of bread? It depends on what. There's so
my
many
God,
different types of bread.
isn't it?
Yeah. And what kind of milk? Well, is it full cream, low fat, almond, oat?
Yeah,
Like,
all that.
Jesus, it is a hot. I seen at the one shop they sold one of the, like the young ladies.
Yeah.
She bought a half loaf of bread.
Yeah.
I never knew they sold it. I was like, what? That's like half. I'm like, how come you bought that bread? She's like, nah, from the shop. Half a loaf of bread.
It is. Yeah, it is. But I think what they're trying to get is that you don't want politicians to come across as if they're coming from ivory towers.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're just testing how much in touch are you with the grassroots.
Yes, that's true.
And I think that's why they ask.
That's why they do, yeah.
Definitely,
and even like if they don't know, somebody in their team will know.
Yeah.
Or they'll research it or find out. Or
Yeah. But I think
they should just get notified every day in case someone asks them that question,
This is why you need
every
a good
morning
team.
they're reading their briefs. Okay, so price of bread is price. All right, so if
100%.
anyone asks me the question today, I know the answer.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, and that's the job of the advisors.
Yeah.
A lot of ministers have the advisors, and their job is to at very early in the morning to go through what's making the news.
Gee,
and
what's
is that relevant
social?
to the area? Is that relevant to
Yeah.
health? Is that relevant to defense? So that if there's a news conference and you rock up, at least you're very much informed.
You armed. So with the advisors, who can be an advisor? Like how does that work? Is it? So I'm guessing. So we've chosen Prime Minister X.
Yeah.
Does he now choose advisors? Obviously within his own party.
Yeah.
Does he now choose on his own, or is it like an informed?
I think there should be like there is the office of the Prime Minister, so that will sort of. I'm sure there's someone there that is in charge of. I think could call it chief of staff. Could be in charge of the recruitment of who they think will be make the best advisor to the Prime
Relevant,
Minister.
okay.
And that I think those jobs compared to the being a politician, I think those jobs are more. There's a bit of standard to it.
Wow, okay, there'll be like a bit of a criteria type of thing.
Definitely. You have to meet criteria, and then that's the thing. Like, it could be, is it an economic advisor or is it? So there's different.
Like a social media advisor.
Yeah.
It could be, yeah.
Be a social media. Be a social media advisor.
I'm sure she will make more than a social media advisor.
What's trending? Be like, what's trending?
What's trending? Yeah. Look, at least our Prime Minister doesn't, tweet as much as a certain other one does.
Ooh, we're not gonna name names.
Yeah. But he's on Facebook. He's very active on Facebook.
Which is good. Like I legit like a world where somebody who's in power is within reach. It may change in a few years. It'll be like different, ways of reaching the community. But I mean, use whatever means necessary. If it's Facebook, but to be fair, Facebook is used by a lot of senior people. But I mean, like your TikToks, Instagrams, etc. Like just to kind of be in the know. What's the current trends or whatever the case is. Before we wrap up, there's this question we started with. Where is the federal government based? So I'm hoping you can put that in the comments.
Yeah.
Hoping it was in the comments. The episode before this where we asked that question. Let's see who got it all right. Where is the federal parliament based?
Yeah, I really hope someone will put it in the comment. I'm sure that if it is one person, I'm sure they deserve a prize, depending on whether we can reach them.
Yeah.
But can you put up your hand?
Yeah, I know where it is. Do I get a prize? Yeah. Yeah.
Well, if no one beat you to it,
Yeah.
you could.
That's it. I'll be the first one to comment on there and say who it is, where it is.
Have we traveled there? We've traveled there before.
Yes, we have.
I've been there once, I think. Yeah.
Did you drive there or did you fly there?
Drove.
Yeah,
We're on our way to somewhere else.
about 7 hours.
Yeah.
And it
Are
was
we
really
giving
cold.
you hints, people?
Yeah,
Alright,
it's
there's
about 7
hints
hours
out there.
from here. Yeah.
It was very cold at night, but really hot during the day when we were
Yeah, that was weird for me. I never I've never looked at a particular place and done some research on the weather, but the weather just took a turn and it was freezing. I was like, what happened there?
Yeah, it get very freezing. It's yeah, and I think you were on the way to one of those cities that have a lot of famous landmarks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're gonna keep the answer now?
Yeah, go for it.
Well, imagine if I get this wrong.
It's
It's Canberra, everybody. Canberra. Yeah.
It's
So
a beautiful city.
yeah, let's see. The first one to comment will get a little something from the commission project.
Yeah, depending. Yeah.
Fingers
All
crossed.
right. So thanks once again, Andrew, for joining us. It's been
you,
great.
guys.
I love talking about this, and I think sometimes I'm watching the time and I'm like, oh my gosh, we need to make this shorter, but it just keeps going and going. 'Cause,
Very interesting, yeah.
It's good conversation. So guys, Johnny's going to sign off for us this time.
Oh,
Yeah.
Johnny.
So guys, don't forget. So even though we technically we've touched on all of the areas we've tried to touch, there's a whole lot more stuff that can still get discussed around. This is very interesting. It's very engaging. So we're asking you to put it in the comments. What other questions you feel that need to be answered, addressed? What did we leave out? What do you have to contribute? Let's talk about it in the comments. And leading up to the election, we're going to do a few more of these just to kind of get this education up there, get this information out there. And please don't forget to reach out to us through the different mediums that we have out for you. And also, Andrew Guy, we'll attach his social media what do you call them? Social media handles, profiles, etc. And then just keep the chat going back and forth there, and let's see what this can do for us. But yeah, on behalf of the Commission Project, thank you. Andrew.
Thank you.
That was really nice.
Thank you.
All good.
Thank you.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, bell notification.
Yeah.
See you around.
See ya.
See you guys.